Good morning, beloveds. We had an absolute fury of a storm blow through last night. So I would ask you to treat for the people who still don't have power. We got out and got on our bikes this morning, and there's a lot of debris down. There are a lot of tree branches down. So, and I've already talked to a couple of people. So, yeah, like the center doesn't have power. One of our pastoral care team members doesn't have power. A couple of people don't have cell service, and another person that I talked to this morning doesn't have internet, which was interesting because their call kept dropping. But with cell towers down, that's going to happen. So if you're having trouble getting in touch with somebody, just know there's these issues going on. So please treat for that. Please treat for the line workers who are going to be out in this heat, getting the power back on, and for the people who don't have power, because it's going to be hot today. Hopefully not that I want any more thunderstorms, but we could get some more rain in the early afternoon that might help alleviate some of the heat. So there's a lot going on today. So, and we have an interesting, I think it's a poem. It looks like a poem. It doesn't look like a song. Nobody needs to hear me sing, but yeah. And so it is June 22nd. Our title is Translation, and our author is Elizabeth Searle Lamb, and this was published in Aspire in 1963, which is from the Divine Science Federation. So let's see what translation is. I am a translator for God in all that I do each day. God's love I translate into friendliness, into a smile, a greeting, a selfless service, into warmth and appreciation for those I meet. God's wisdom I translate into wise decisions, and into thought and word acceptable to God, into harmony in every circumstance of life. God's abundance I translate into willing tithes. I give to God the tithes of time and talent and of service too as well as substance. I translate God's abundance also into joyous use of all that I possess, giving thanks always. God's strength I translate into perfect health, into energy for work and play and relaxation. Daily I check my translation with God, going back to the source in prayer, communication. Oh, I am glad that I am a translator for God. Interesting. And pretty much what I expected too, really honestly. Because it reminds me of that phrase that I got. I got it from Jesse. I'm not sure where he got it from. Because there's the Bible quote which we use, that you are a beloved child of God in whom God is well pleased. And then what he did was somewhere, and I forget if he told me where he got it from. He tacked on, and well represented. So we are beloved children of God in whom God is well pleased and well represented. We are the physical representations of God. And I talk about teach people the God of your understanding. What do I mean by that? Well, exactly what she said. Every day, all of the things that we do inform the people around us of the God of our understanding. We are literally, as she says, the translators of God. We are the representations of the God that we believe in in this material world, as I struggle to talk. And our words and our actions and all of that factor into that. I heard it one time and it just stuck with me. You may be the only Bible somebody ever reads. You may be the only sacred literature somebody ever reads. You may be the only encounter somebody has with your particular brand of religion or spirituality or whatever you want to call it. So when people meet you, you are teaching them about the God that you believe in. And if that doesn't draw you up short, you're not paying attention. Okay? It should make us stop and think, are we doing the things that she talked about in there? Are we translating God's love into friendliness, into service? Are we translating God's abundance into gifts and to tithes? And are we tithing not just our money, but also our time and our talent? Are we doing this? And there's my TARDIS noise. Are we... And that's just it. You may have brief encounters with people and never see them again. Did you leave a good impression on them? I mean, don't get me wrong. We all have our moments. We all have those moments where we're not at our best. And that's one of the reasons why we can't always go off of first impressions. It's like most of the time I reserve judgment. I'm like, let me get to know you, and then I'm not going to judge you. Then I'm going to discern. I'm going to learn about you. I'm going to see if your words match your actions. And I want to know the God that you believe in, and how you're going to teach me about the God that you believe in is through your words and through your actions and what you do and what you say. And do your words match your actions? So, we are translators for God. That's just another way to say it. And I would suggest the mission for us today is to go back and look and see if we're being good translators. The mission today, should we choose to accept it, is, are we being good translators for God? The God of our understanding, the God that we say we believe in. Are we being good translators? Are we doing all of the things that she said? Because she gave you some really good suggestions on how we do that. And I love that first one. I translate God's love. I translate into friendliness, a smile, a greeting, a selfless service, into warmth and appreciation for those that I meet. Are we being good translators? And the wisdom into wise decisions, into thoughts and words that are acceptable too. Because we talk about, it's like you can have anything you want as long as it lines up with the divine nature. Okay? So are we being good translators? Is your translation of God accurate to the God that you say you believe in? It's a heck of a question. Now, the other part of the mission is the same mission I give you every day, which is self-care. And that was one of the things she said. She said into activity, but she also said into relaxation, because one of the qualities of God is peace. So, and that includes self-care. You deserve peace. You deserve joy. You deserve harmony. You deserve unity. All of that. And what the suggestion is to practice on yourself. All right. So what does that mean when I say to do something loving, do something kind, do something compassionate for yourself? And what that looks like can look like all of the things that she said, including relaxation, including taking a moment of peace, including telling people around you what's going on with you, so that if you have a moment that is not the best translation, they understand. They understand what's going on. And they can make allowances for it. So, or offer you support. One of the biggest things that I know that Southern ladies have a particular issue with is asking for help. We're not good at it. Okay. But that's one of the things. Sometimes the most loving, kind, and compassionate thing we can do for ourselves is to ask for help, and so I encourage that. And it also looks like taking a deep breath before we speak to ourselves or others. Remember that translation. It looks like gifting our time and our talent to things that we believe in and things that we want to see in the world. And it looks like taking a nap or taking a walk or, whatever it is that gets you the space to be who you really are. It is self-care. All right. It also looks like, as I like to remind you, make room for joy. We don't know how long we're going to be here. Absolutely. And so we want to make sure that we make space to live our lives. I see it's a meme, it's a cartoon that I see on a regular basis. And it says, what should we do before we die? And the answer is one word: live. Live. Okay? So make room for joy. Wear the nice clothes. Do the fun things. Go support your friends in theater. That's one of my self-care things. Eat the good stuff. This is why I say eat dessert first. I literally mean it. Not all the time. And I do encourage you to eat a nice dinner after dessert. But you know what? You can have dessert for breakfast. There was one study where they were talking about eating chocolate cake for breakfast and how it might be good for your brain. Mostly because chocolate is good for your brain, but all that sugar, maybe not. So, don't do it too often. But I was like, that's a heck of an article to see in a health magazine. But that's one of those things. So make room in your life for joy. Do things that are loving, kind, and compassionate for yourself. Connect every single day to the source of your own being. If we are going to translate God, then the least that we can do is go every day to that wellspring and say, show me who you are. Teach me who I am. And let me be the best translation that I can possibly be. Go regularly to the source of your own being. And most importantly, because that is the infinite source for love, for kindness, for compassion, and for joy. Create a well-worn path that you can walk in the dark, in the storm, blindfolded. Do it every day. All right. I'm a little maudlin today. There's a reason. I'm just, because, the news will come out when it comes out. Love, kindness, compassion. Practice on yourself. You deserve your own love. You deserve your own kindness. You deserve your own compassion. Absolutely. All right. And it is one of the ways that you can become the best translation possible. And translator. Okay. The rest of the suggestions: do something to engage your mind and your body, whatever that looks like for you today. It is really hot out there, so be cautious. Which is immediately followed up with drink plenty of water. It's been in the triple digits for the last week and will continue for the next week. We are going to get a break of like 4 degrees today. Maybe it'll get to 96 today. It feels like it could still be out there. Drink plenty of water. I also encourage you to get that early in your day bright light. We did go for a bike ride. There were a couple of spots where I did get some sun. So I got my, 5-10 minutes of full sun on the face and arms. And what I'm talking about is a circadian rhythm, starts with a C. It looks like, it's science. I'm talking about a hormone rhythm. If you get that early in your day bright light, and I'm serious, 5 minutes, artificial light will help too. Early in your day bright light, it will help you have more energy during the day and you'll sleep better at night. It's science. You can look it up. That's my suggestion. You can take 5 minutes for yourself. Oh, I'm going to have to get off here. The text messages are picking up. So, okay. What was I about to say? Open the windows of your soul. Allow the breath of heaven to remind you do live in heaven. Right here, right now. It's all around you all the time. Sometimes it doesn't look like it. But that means that you have to put on your spiritual glasses and translate. All right? We recognize that we all come from the same source. That it all comes from the same source. Heaven is a state of mind. It is a state of consciousness. And once you learn to create it for yourself, nobody can take it away from you. And heaven ceases to be a place and can become any place. Superpower. All right. And you can always take Emma's advice. Look for the good and praise it. Those 2 quotes, Emma and Ernest, I'm always going to have them together. Open the windows of your soul. Look for the good and praise it. All right? No matter what is happening, you can create that heavenly state of mind. You will move through the world differently. You will touch people differently. And it's a good thing. All right. Really quickly, social media. We are Creative Life Spiritual Center, Creative Life Spark. I'm the running Rev Ryan on the social medias that I am on. If you want to know what's going on with the center, please email info@creativelife.org. That'll get you on the constant contact. We had an amazing soul session with Reverend Maureen last night, talking about the evolution of consciousness and her experiences growing up in Barbados and in England and all of that.
Surprise!
So it is up on YouTube. It is still on Facebook. We're not going to take it down off Facebook. So feel free to scroll back a couple of videos and watch that, or click the link. The good news is the soul session and the video was done uploading before the storm hit and my power started going crazy. Yeah. Please avail yourself of that. That soul session playlist, there's all kinds of great content on that. You can watch those videos over and over and over again and still see something new every time. Okay, leaping forward. I guess I'm at the part where I get to encourage you to have a great day, a wondrous day, a fantastic day, a magical day, an enchanted day, a wonder-filled day, an awesome day, an amazing day, a drink plenty of fluids day, a watch out for the branches day, a treat for the line workers day, a translation awareness day, a good day. And if that is too much pressure, simply have a day. You are enough just as you are. You're a beloved child of God, as I have said before and will say again. You are a brilliant light, a divine spark, a translator and a translation. You are spirit in motion,
Surprise!
God in action, and as Reverend Jesse likes to call us, a godling. Know the truth of your being. Know the truth of your being. Absolutely. All right. Before they make me absolutely crazy, Reverend David should be on around 5 p.m. with you. I will be back with you around 9 a.m. tomorrow. Take care of yourself. Know that you are loved, and I will see you next time.